towards Antonio. It's Michail Antonio here for West Ham, and they've scored! West Ham United level at 1-1. Michail Antonio with his first goal for the club.
Moreno only now back up to his feet as Valencia fires it in! And Antonio scores! Here's Antonio! Finally the breakthrough comes! Michail Antonio in the right place at the right time!
Valencia going through. And a great chance at the far post, put away by Antonio, who hurts Liverpool again. West Ham take the lead with the first goal in the tie, shortly before half-time of the replay.
Still he goes inside the penalty area, and he creeps in the far post. Michail Antonio gives West Ham United the lead, and a goal that Sam Allardyce will feel was eminently preventable.
That takes the corner, and he bounces it in, and West Ham have the lead, and Antonio's goal-scoring run continues. That's 5 in his last 7 home games.
Here's Noble. And there's the goal West Ham have been seeking. Michail Antonio with a header. And there's, 12 and a half minutes.
Dimitri Payet smashes it rather plainly into the wall. Payet again. Antonio! There's your East End hero!
Eventually the corner does come in, it's back in from Winston Reid. Was there a handball in there? Antonio with a shot on the turn. Goal given. Did look as though he controlled it with his arm, but West Ham United have the lead.
Torre taking on Smith. And it's in, and it's Antonio who was at the far post to create an indelible moment in West Ham history.
Antonio is what's going for West Ham, who have an interest in the game.
Player drifting in his corner, and what a start! It's Antonio! Hence he wins again! For the 3rd league match running, he uses his head to great effect, and it's all smiles for West Ham. There goes Payet again. Oh, absolutely magnificent. Antonio takes the credit for the second, but Payet showing his party piece as well.
Cobbins went up there. Payet. It's Antonio! There's one back! Antonio lethal in the air once again. You never know here.
Once more loft this time. Header against the crossbar. And in now! And West Ham snatch the lead down the lane. And it's him again. Michail Antonio from a yard out.
Massive. And here's Antonio. And Carrier stayed at home. And it's beaten again. Well, there are echoes of Bournemouth here. Liverpool have surrendered a lead.
To link with Fernandez, who's kept his feet brilliantly to take Dyer out of the equation, beaten out by Fabianski. It will come for Nordveit to return it, touched in by Michail Antonio. 3-0, and West Ham surely are out of sight. Now how will
Bournemouth respond. They're going to be up against it here. Feghouli through to Antonio. Well, wouldn't you just know it? Barely a minute between a missed penalty and a West Ham goal. Michail Antonio back in the side.
Straight down the middle, and Mee has to get there. It hasn't. Antonio with a real chance. Pope only got a touch to it, and Antonio scores. His first goal of the season gives West Ham United the lead. Talk about Route 1.
Arnautovic wants the ball in the middle, but Antonio doesn't need it. What an impact that is from the substitute.
And it goes towards Kouyaté Antonio there as well, and they do have a goal back here. It might not mean too much in the overall outcome, but West Ham's scoring streak does continue.
West Ham looking for a third goal that would surely seal it, and they found it. It's Antonio at the near post.
Hernandez, Antonio. Fulham have got a very soft centre.
Oh, it's a clever one. And it's led to the equaliser. Brilliant free kick. Antonio drilled it in. He scored against Liverpool again.
Here's Arnautovic. Back towards Lanzini. Chambers read the script. Arnautovic again, taking on Ream. Antonio. All over now tonight, and you just wonder whether it might be all over for Fulham in the bigger picture.
Noble looking to put an end to that, and Antonio! Brilliant header from Antonio to break the deadlock, and a brilliant ball in by the West Ham captain.
Antonio!
It's the first man to wreck Spurs' perfect record in their new home.
Back in by Snodgrass, blocked by Sanchez. Noble.
Antonio scores! And West Ham have an interest at last.
Intelligently by Rice for Antonio, almost a perfect turn, and he's waved back to his feet amidst the penalty appeals. Bowen for Antonio, and West Ham have turned it around to lead by 2-1.
Cute ball, looking for Bowen. Takes it in his stride, not a bad ball in. Big mistake in there, and Antonio gives West Ham United the lead. Yet another lifeline.
Flicked on, and they do have the lead now. Antonio, after the near post flick on, taken very, very well indeed. Here comes the free kick. Antonio again, 2-0. He's got them both now. Antonio, one-on-one chance here, and a really good save, but on the rebound, Antonio has scored, and that is the hat-trick. The first he's ever got in his life as a senior player. Noble, lovely ball. It's got him in behind. Frederick's got to pick the right ball, and Antonio's got another one. 4 now for him.
Well, this is a day for him to put on the show reel and keep forever.
Seeking out Bowen, read by Decore. Messina's attempted clearance was charged down. Fornells has nicked it through, and Antonio scored for West Ham. Inside 6 minutes at the start of this critical evening. It is him again.
He rolls it past the hair. It's the Hammers that strike first.
Here's Bowen. Fredericks in support. Jarrod Bowen. Ryan Fredericks drives it low and turned in. 1-1. Michail Antonio. Who else would it be for West Ham?
Cresswell. Antonio with his arm raised in the middle, wants to cross in. He's got it in. What can he do with it? How about that? Michail Antonio puts West Ham United in front in the 14th minute.
By Souček, but he's still able to keep it in. Sufal in towards Antonio. Oh, that's brilliant! What a goal from Michail Antonio!
And a chance and the goal for Michail Antonio. On his return to the Premier League starting lineup.
Cresswell to lay this ball in. Laid back, and Antonio with a very clever finish to put West Ham back in front. That was smart thinking. 2 in 2 for him.
Just trying to tease one back into Thomas Souček. Jarrod Bowen who gets it in awkwardly, and Michail Antonio from close range tucks it home. Fornells onto Sufal, promising for West Ham again. Sufal pulls it back, but it's gone in. Lingard initially. I think the final touch might well have been off Antonio, but it's a West Ham United equaliser just before half-time.
And Dwight McNeil turns away, but it's pinched by Fornells. Lingard. Sufal is the man to cross it, and Antonio with a brilliant header. Felt the full force of that. Here's Benrahma, and it's another goal. Wonderfully worked again, and it's Michail Antonio again.
Antonio and Lingard, and this is Lingard. And now it is Antonio, and that will do it for West Ham United. Bashed in by Michail Antonio.
Bowen over the top, Benrahma. Newcastle just for a moment had lost their shape, and Antonio is bombing forward for Benrahma, who has found him. It is Antonio, and it is 4-2 to West Ham.
This could be a chance. Antonio turned. Antonio scored! West Ham have got their 2-goal cushion back, and they have got a record goal scorer in the Premier League. Michail Antonio has now scored 48 goals in the top flight for the Hammers, and that goal makes it West Ham 3, Leicester City 1. Sufal just behind Antonio. This could be another chance, and it's his second of the game, and West Ham are out of sight. Michail Antonio scoring a couple of goals in what seems like a matter of minutes. The new number 9 gives West Ham a winning start back at London Stadium of this season. West Ham 4, Leicester City 1.
Ball floated forward towards Antonio, comes off the defender, Anderson to Antonio!
got somebody's forward. Rice plays this early, does play it early, all heavy touch by Antonio. Oh, he's gone round him! Antonio to win it! Antonio might have won it for West Ham! In the 90th minute, West Ham fans on the pitch, they're getting rugby tackle, but Antonio celebrates with the West Ham players. And after all of that, it is West Ham who might have snatched 3 points on the counter-attack. It looked as though Antonio had been dispossessed, but brilliantly he went past his man, and he's slotted home. We are about to enter stoppage time. It's Leeds 1, West Ham 2.
Incredible. But fair play to West Ham and Antonio, they've won it.
This goes awkwardly in, and it's
Left-footed in-swinger, finds a West Ham head, Antonio's there, and West Ham have their equaliser. The substitute at half-time has an instant impact. The corner dropping to Antonio, who was just inches out from the Southampton goal. It is all square at London Stadium. West Ham 1, Southampton 1.
Well, this is their best form so far in this game. That's the best 5-6 minutes that West Ham have had so far, and they've created 3 opportunities and gone and taken 1 from a corner, and he's gone to the far post, and it's one at the far post by Dawson. Dawson, you just expect him to win everything he jumps for. He jumps at the far post, hits it back across the front of the goal, not a chance of force.
approaching the hour mark. Caballero didn't really get there. It's in! Michail Antonio scores for West Ham United. It's 1-1. Zuma arriving.
Gets away from Melu, then plays it to Bowen. Bowen's going to try and tee up a shot. No, he's going to try and play it in for Antonio. And Bruhl has missed it. Antonio has the simplest task to tuck it in. He scored 4 here the last time he came to Carrow Road. And he's got on the score sheet again this afternoon. 2 up and another calamity.
Creativity, the ball's going into the Brighton box that West Ham are putting in, comfortable for their centre-backs.
Antonio! What a spectacular strike! Out of absolutely nothing, he's put his left foot through the ball and smashed it into the top corner to give West Ham a precious lead. What a goal!
Ben Rama always wants to be taking on defenders. It's a heck of a run, it is a goal as well. Antonio to finish it. But that was all the work of Saeed Ben Rama. He wanted to make things happen.
He'd be disappointed letting that in.
Bowen's corner. Paqueta got his hand to it, and Rice, it's in! West Ham United seize the initiative, and the away end has gone completely potty. Michail Antonio right on the goal line. Rice celebrates. I think it's Antonio's goal. West Ham don't care who got it.
Rice, delicate flick round the corner from Ward-Prowse. Antonio has turned tap. Lovely run by Antonio, and he's finished it off. Super individual goal by Michail Antonio makes it West Ham 3, FCSB and Bucharest, Romania 1. If you had a look, that's what did the goalkeeper. Lovely finish, 3-1 West Ham.
Antonio getting behind Tosin and getting in the clear. Real muddle which presents Antonio with his chance, and second time around he's not going to miss. West Ham claim all 3 points. It almost became farcical inside the Fulham penalty area. Paulinho struggling to get back, but Michail Antonio off the bench to wrap it up for West Ham.
Third, and then trouble for Derby, to be fair.
Real hoist of a throw into the penalty area. This one breaks for Bowen. Right side of the box here for West Ham. Turned into Antonio! Buries the header! And West Ham United double the lead. Well, it was an unfortunate touch which deflected it into the path of Antonio, who made no mistake. And West Ham now surely are on course for the 5th round.
It's too high for Antonio. Cresswell will happily accept the substitutions option to pick out Fornals. Antonio! What an introduction. Not prepared to celebrate against his former club, but seconds after introducing Antonio, Fornals and Manuel Lanzini, West Ham have got another goal. It's his 100th senior league goal.
Chance for an equaliser from this set piece. Oh, it finds the head and it goes in. The free kick finds Michail Antonio and it's all square at London Stadium. Real chance for them to extend their lead. Ball with Michail Antonio. Still with Antonio. Comes in. Antonio! 4-1! They are rampant now, West Ham. That's European semi-final. Surely signed, sealed and delivered.
Cresswell to deliver. And West Ham in front through Michail Antonio. What a start. It's taken them less than 5 minutes. Simply wasn't picked up.
Souček and Bowen both trying to get free. Souček flicked on for Antonio and in for 3-2.
It does lead to a corner. Left-footed in swinger. Kept in play by Rice. Back into the 6-yard box and it's gone in! And West Ham have the lead! The ball turned in inside the 6-yard box. Michail Antonio with the goal and with the hug from Jarrod Bowen. And now the chance for the West Ham fans to celebrate.
Panorama runs into Disasi. Here is Antonio, waiting for a chance to come his way. Michail Antonio! West Ham United are back in front. It's against the run of play, but it is simply magnificent from Michail Antonio. Antonio
Socek. Sofal, decent cross, and West Ham get their reward through Michail Antonio. It had been coming. They looked dangerous down this right-hand side, and for David Moyes, the reward is now a real one as Michail Antonio comes up with a goal, his first in the Premier League since the first month of the season.
Goes over the top. Antonio's in. The assistant flag stays down. Chance to level things. Dispatched expertly by West Ham striker. A lot to appreciate about that move. The ball from Paquetá, but the composure from the Jamaican international. He scores in back-to-back Premier League games for the first time this season, but more importantly, Newcastle won, West Ham won.